Hello there everyone, and welcome to your weekly MTA plan work video for the Queens Subways and Long Island Railroad for the weekend of Friday, March 1st, 2019, and lasting until Monday, March 4th, 2019. We are now officially in the month of March. I quickly want to urge Long Island Railroad customers to please stay tuned to the end of this video, as I have two important service changes I need to bring up. This is also going to be a long-term run starting on Monday, so please stay to the end. It's very important. So without further ado, let's get started with the Queens Subways. How was the Purple Line looking? The entire Purple Line will be available this weekend. That's why I call it the 7. I gave it its own nickname now. I call it the Purple Line. But yes, the 7 will be available this weekend. That's excellent. Hopefully no last minute changes by the time this is available at 6 a.m. on Friday morning, March 1st. Any work on the N, it's also going to affect multiple lines, so please pay attention. First up, March 1st to the 4th, 9:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Downtown N and R trains will skip 49th Street in Manhattan because of electrical improvements. March 1st to the 4th, 9:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Uptown N, Q, and R trains will skip Prince Street, 8th Street NYU, 23rd Street, and 28th Street because of station improvements. To complete your trip, take a downtown train at 14th Street Union Square or 34th Street Herald Square, because this is very important, so pay attention. March 1st, beginning 10 p.m. on Friday, downtown N, Q, and R trains will in fact stop at the affected uptown stations that will not have service at them. So again, you can transfer for downtown service, no expenses charged to your Metro card at 14th Street Union Square or 34th Street Herald Square. March 1st, beginning 8:30 p.m. Friday, W service will end early because of station improvements. You can take the N and or the R. Also, going to quickly mention, if you are seeking service to South Ferry, you can also take the 1 train. On the M line, we have no service this weekend going to Forest Hills 71st Avenue. March 1st to the 4th, 10:30 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. Special weekend M service will run between Middle Village Metropolitan Avenue and 4750th Street's Rockefeller Plaza, and via the F to and from Lexington Avenue and 63rd Street, and via the Q to and from 2nd Avenue 96th Street. Is the R affected in Queens this weekend? There will be local E, F, and R service available this weekend in Queens, and I will clarify that in the next couple of slides. For service to Woodhaven Boulevard, Queens Center Mall this weekend, you can take the E, F, or R trains. Same with Grand Avenue Newton if you're trying to get over to Queens Place. Take advantage, because it is very important that you do so. At least you'll get to where you need to go locally this weekend. Will the E run this weekend? March 2nd through the 4th, 12:01 a.m. Saturday to 5 a.m. Monday. E trains will be running local in both directions in Queens because of signal modernization. F trains, March 2nd to the 4th, 12:01 a.m. Saturday to 5 a.m. on Monday. F trains will be running local in both directions in Queens because of signal modernization. Now, you may be asking yourself, if you're not desperate to not deal with the subways this weekend, is there a faster way into Manhattan? or going to JFK Airport this weekend? Well, I'm here to happily answer your question. There's two alternatives. If you can get to the A train, take advantage of it this weekend, because the A will be running express on its normal route. However, if you don't want to deal with the A train and you have a little extra money on you, use the Long Island Railroad this weekend for faster service between Queens and Manhattan, and or service seeking to and from JFK Airport. This week I'm introducing the C train segment because this is going to be complicated along the C as well in Manhattan this weekend. Good news is, as far as work planned in Queens, on the A and the C going to Euclid Avenue, as far as I can tell you about that, because remember, C train stop at Euclid Avenue on the Queens-Brooklyn border. There is no planned work in Queens, so you need service to JFK, you need service to Euclid, you need service to Lefferts. That's going to be available this weekend. Or Rockaway Parkway. However, March 1st to the 4th, 9:45 p.m. to 5 a.m. Friday to Monday. Downtown A trains will run express from 125th Street to 59th Street Columbus Circle because of structural maintenance. Now going to the C line, March 1st, 9:45 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. on Friday. March 2nd to the 3rd, 6:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Downtown C trains will run express from 125th Street to 59th Street Columbus Circle because of structural maintenance. To complete your trip, take an uptown train at 59th Street Columbus Circle. On the G, due to high demand for two events at Barclays Center this weekend for passengers traveling to Fulton Street, no planned work is scheduled for this weekend. Now I'll quickly clarify that. This Saturday there is a boxing match at the Barclays Center. And Sunday, March 3rd, rapper Travis Scott will be performing at Barclays Center. So that's why the MTA realized it was very important, if they had any planned work on that line, to make sure the passengers can get to and from Fulton Street or to and from Hoyt-Schermerhorn Street. On the J line, March 1st to the 4th, 9:45 p.m. Friday to 5 a.m. Monday. J trains will not run between Broad Street and Chambers Street because of track maintenance. Use the 4 and the 5 at nearby Fulton Street and Wall Street stations instead. Transfer at Chambers Street, Brooklyn Bridge Station. Once again, with the L, you have the Reliability Improvement Project. Once again, this is going to be normal starting in April. Once again, use the A, F, J, M, and M14 shuttle buses as long as well. You'll have your L service between Rockaway Parkway and Broadway Junction in Brooklyn. M service will be running to and from the Q station along 2nd Avenue, 96th Street. Shuttle buses, again, you have your shuttle buses. Gonna leave them there right now. And of course, transfer at Myrtle Wyckoff, Broadway Junction, Marseille, and Delancey Excess. So once again, here are your alternatives. It's going to be a headache once this regularly starts in April, so it's been going on for the past couple of weeks, but remember, the whole issue with them not shutting down the L train on weekdays led to this, so that's why we have this situation on weekends and overnights. Everything out of the way, we will now go to the Long Island Railroad service changes. In an interesting development, it now has been brought to my attention that now we have 3 service changes on the Long Island Railroad I need to tell you about. Okay, so the first one, once again, is a friendly reminder that we have the track work program on the Ronkonkoma branch. So once again, we have the buses that will be going to be put into effect between Hicksville and Ronkonkoma. There will also be some adjustments to Greenpoint trains. Service will be affected as follows. Westbound, be prepared to board buses to Hicksville up to 45 minutes earlier than normal train times. Additional train time approximately 45 minutes. Greenpoint Medford, transfer to buses at Ronkonkoma and resume train service at Hicksville. Additional travel time is approximately 1 hour. Eastbound, Bethpage and Ronkonkoma branches transfer to buses at Hicksville. Once again, you have additional travel time of 45 minutes. Medford Greenpoint, be prepared to depart from Penn Station 1 hour earlier than normal train times at 7:12 a.m. and 12:12 p.m. Transfer to buses at Hicksville and then resume train service at Ronkonkoma. Once again, you will have an additional travel time of 1 hour. As an alternative, you can use the Babylon and Port Jefferson branches. Also, quickly going to mention, if possible, the Montauk branch is another alternative. But remember, that's only a suggestion. I mean, I'm only warning you about this now. And quickly going to mention, next week I will remind you about this because unfortunately, it seems the Long Island Railroad has screwed people trying to see Captain Marvel on Sunday, as there will be another busing program going into effect on Sunday, March 10th from approximately 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. Monday morning. So I'm going to urge you right now, if you can, please try to cancel your ticket if you don't have a way to get to Deer Park on Sunday, March 10th. If you are planning to see Captain Marvel at the Deer Park Movie Theater at Tanger Outlets, if you can, try to cancel your ticket or try to go to another time on Friday, Saturday, or even earlier on Sunday before 4 o'clock. Maybe go to a morning showing. I'm not too sure about the Deer Park show times for Captain Marvel because then I have to dig deep into it. But that's okay for the people going to see Captain Marvel on Saturday, March 9th. But I don't know why they can't do it overnight. I don't know why they can't on the weekends when people aren't going to the movie theater in Deer Park. Because I thought they finally got their act together and finally planned it out in conjunction with the Motion Picture Association of America. But I guess not. Guess not. And I will quickly mention, next weekend I will be seeing Captain Marvel with a bunch of my friends at my usual movie theater in Westbury. So thankfully, I am looking forward to that. Alright, next up, we are going to talk about the new schedules going into effect starting this Monday, March 4th. New timetables will be in effect for all branches. Customers are advised to check for changes to midday departure times on weekdays on the Montauk branch. We will get to that state of good repair tie work between Babylon and Spionk in just a second. The new timetable also highlights the launch of the new South Fork commuter connection, a coordinated rail and bus system created to operate during peak commuting hours between Spionk and Montauk, in order to provide a new commuting option on the South Fork, alleviate roadway congestion, and stimulate the South Fork economy with an environmental-friendly transportation option. So I will have to open up that tab in just a second. I want to read that. I'm curious. And thankfully, I know for a fact that my normal 211 eastbound train that leaves Penn going to Long Beach, which that's the train I take normally for express service to Jamaica, has not been cancelled. So that's pretty good. Same with that 256 train, because you need those trains. Otherwise, a lot of people who want the express service like me are gonna be too happy. And the good news is 10:30 service at New Hyde Park will also not be impacted, so that's pretty good. On weekdays, I call it 10:30 because that's when the train normally comes. Or that's another term I can use for it, I don't know, but Yeah, nothing that noticeable. Quickly going to mention the schedule will last until Sunday, May 19th, with new schedules going into effect on Monday, May 20th. Now, let's read this. South Fork Commuter Connection. It will be a coordinated rail and bus system created to operate during peak commuting hours in order to provide workers with a public transportation travel option. This service will start on Monday, March 4th, 2019. It will operate Monday through Friday year-round except for major legal holidays. And on Fridays during the summer, because remember, you have the Cannonball that normally goes between Penn and Montauk anyway on weekdays. So I will quickly remind everybody that if you are planning it out, because there are people who plan these East End adventures accordingly, because I know how they like to plan it out. I know it's off topic, but I'll bring it up. Cannonball service on the Long Island Railroad, the normal eastbound train from Penn to Montauk. Service on that train that normally goes on Fridays will start to begin on Friday, May 24th. So I urge you, once the schedules come out in May, to check that out, and I will get the word out when the train normally will leave Penn, starting on that date in May. But anyhow, back to the commuter connection. This service offers local Long Island Railroad trips stopping in Spionk, and I have to keep pronouncing it correctly. Stopping at Spionk, West Hampton, Hampton Bay, Southampton, Bridgehampton, East Hampton, Amagansett. Thankfully, my friend told me how to pronounce it correctly, so thank you, Amagansett and Montauk. Select trains will connect with last mile shuttle buses service to nearby workplaces and employment centers. So once again, I will quickly mention, if you are wondering about the Cannonball, once again, that will be out on May 24th. So I will confirm that, because thankfully you won't see my thing. Yeah, I got the date right. Okay. It will be through Friday, May 17th, with the new schedule starting on Monday, May 19th. So you see here, you have your new service with the commuter connection. So I will quickly mention that I will leave this link in the description below if you are curious to learn more about it, because I am fascinated by this. Now, the last thing I will quickly mention is, of course, the state of good repair track work. Buses are going to be replacing midday trains between Babylon and Spionk, starting on Monday, March 4th. Once again, this work will continue until Friday, May 17th. The track work will take place from 8:45 a.m. until 3:31 p.m. each weekday. Service will be affected as follows. Westbound, customers at stations Spionk, Patchogue through Bayshore will board buses up to 30 minutes earlier than normal train times. At Babylon, customers will connect with trains to points west. The 125 train from Patchogue to Babylon is canceled. Customers can take the 114 train from Patchogue. Believe it or not, I want to apologize. This train terminates in Jamaica. So I do apologize. I thought it normally terminates in Babylon, but apparently it does terminate at Jamaica. So 114 train from Patchogue will stop with its final destination at Jamaica. So if I was at Patchogue doing a summit there, I would take advantage of this train if I got an early start. That's interesting. Eastbound, buses will replace some midday trains between Babylon and Patchogue Spionk. These allow for 30 minutes of additional travel time. Customers who normally take the 8:28 train from Penn should instead take the 7:49 or 9:22 a.m. trains from Penn, then connect at Babylon for a train making all local stops to Patchogue. Customers who normally take the 11:22 train from Penn Station should instead take the 11:01 a.m. train from Penn Station, then change the Jamaica 4 train operating express to Babylon, then making all local stops to Montauk. So you do have your PDF. I'm not going to click on that right now because honestly we're done with this week's service changes. So with that being all said, thank you all very much for watching. Weather advice for this Saturday: please use caution. There is rain expected in our area on Saturday, March 2nd. So once again, don't run to catch a train. Be careful departing and arriving at your stations. So that being all said, thank you all for watching. Until the next one, please take care.